Good morning, Jaime.
Good morning, teacher.
How
How
are
are
you?
you?
Good. Yourself?
Fine.
Good, good. We also have Hasael. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Hasael?
Good.
Good. Nice. We also have, let's
Good
see,
morning.
Luis. Good morning, Luis. How you doing?
Hi. Fine, very fine. And you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Good morning.
Good morning, Journey. Jordi, how you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Well,
All right, guys. So you are responsible. You're early. Good. We also have Carla that is connecting right now. And before I forget, remember that you have the presentation on Friday. Yes. So start working on that because it is maybe today and tomorrow that you have to create the presentation because on Friday you have to show it. So try to work on that probably today and tomorrow. Good morning, Carla.
Good morning.
How are you, Carla?
I'm fine.
Good. All right, so let's get started with the attendance. You're going to see your name on the screen. When you hear your name, you only say present. There you go. So first person, Isaac Aguillon, not here. Hasael Alfaro,
Present.
good. Rodrigo Alfaro, it's not here right now. Um, Carlos Asensio, not here right now, maybe later. Then Osvaldo Cáceres, Osvaldo Cáceres, Osvaldo, Osvaldo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Present.
Okay, Osvaldo is there. And let's see, Elizabeth Castro is not here. Jordi Castro,
present.
good. Natalie Dubon is not here right now. Renee is not here right now. Luz is not here right now. Luis Liotti,
Present.
good. Jose Marquez is not here right now. Leticia Orellana is not here right now. Jocelyn Ramos is not here right now. Well, Letty is connecting right now. Raúl Antonio is not here right now. Jaime Rivas,
Present.
good. Carla Rodriguez,
Present.
good. Hector Ruiz,
Present.
good. Walter Sanchez, here right now. Michelle Valiente, is not here right now. Candy, is not here right now. Brian, is not here right now. Okay.
Good morning, teacher. I'm just connected.
Good morning,
Me too,
Rodrigo.
teacher. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Yeah.
So Rodrigo, then the other one is Letty, but
Yeah.
I checked it when you were entering, Letty.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, you're here. You're with the check. Good. Okay, so as I was saying, the other ones, remember the presentation that you have on Friday. So start working on that because you need to create a PowerPoint presentation. You need to organize your ideas to present it on Friday. So work on that. Now, today's topic is important for, I guess, for most of you because you send emails. So I'm going to ask first, Hasael, do you send emails every day?
Yes. I uh I send email every day.
Perfect. Should emails be brief or long, Hasael? How do you think emails should be? Brief, like short, or long?
The email uh, brief
Should be.
should be brief.
Exactly. Can you mention 3 tips to write effective emails? What are the tips that you know
Uh,
about creating effective emails?
uh, who you might who punctuality the in the top uh, send only the person y uh, si no es necesario mejor hacer una llamada.
If it is not necessary,
If it's not necessary
mhm,
before the call,
make a call.
make a call.
Mhm. Okay, good. So some things that you have mentioned are exactly the ones that we have over here in a chart. It says, check which tips for writing formal emails do you follow. Remember that you have formal and informal emails. Formal is probably the one that you're going to send to other companies, the one that you send with reports, and you have informal emails. Those informal emails are the ones that you send to your friends. Yes? So you only say, this is the information that you need, bye, and that's it. But if it is formal email, a formal email needs to have some characteristics. And here we have a list of tips that you have to follow in order to create a formal email. Now, the first one says, do not use all capitals. Don't use all capitals. What does it mean? It means that you don't need to, when we say capital, it means mayúsculas, capital letters.
Yes.
Yes, capital letters. So you don't have to write all the email with capital letters. That is impossible. Yes, you need to write only names. For example, when you start after a period, capital letter. If you have a name with capital letter, but only the first letter. Not all the text, only one letter, the first letter after a period, or the first letter in a proper name. Now, why do you think you don't have to use all capital letters? Why?
Because it's mean that you
Perfect.
shout
Yes, that you
at the
shout.
other people.
Perfect. Because when you have capital letters, the perception is that you are angry and that you are shouting at that person. You're saying, hey, why aren't you here? And maybe you wanted to say it in a lovely way, but just for the capital letters, the idea is completely different. Good. Next one. It says, avoid using the subject important, because in the email it says subject, and subject is like uh, topic or tema that you're going to send. So Letty, why do you think you have to avoid using the subject important?
Mm, for example, in Outlook, we have like a mark that you to put an important or highlights, and this is option for the program to the email. And I think that you lost the sense to the subject. I don't know. Maybe the subject have should be short and direct the point. I don't know, maybe.
Good, 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 good. So maybe you need to be more specific because important is everything. Obviously, all the information that you're sending is important. So you don't need to write subject important. No, because all the information is important. If you are sending an email, it is because it is important. So everything is important. As Letty said, it is better to write specific information that you are sending. For example, documents about this, this, and this, or uh, next meeting or last meeting, so the person can understand what the email is about. Because if you only say important, what is the meeting about? What is the email about? We don't know. So that's why important is not recommended to use. Next one, use a formal salutation. It says use a formal salutation. When you say the beginning hi, and you only say hi, that is a salutation, yes, but it is pretty
It's
simple.
informal.
It is informal in some way because hi is like considered like friendly, but you can use hello. But if you only say hi or if you only say hello, it's not a formal salutation. It is just a greeting and it is correct. But to be formal, you need to include more information like, good morning, I hope you're doing well. This email is to let you know about this. So it is like that instead of only saying hi or hello. Then be brief. And this is what Hasael mentioned before. Yes, that you have to give specific information. You don't have to make a long story over there. The only thing that you have to do is to give essential information. Because some people send a lot of, let's say, like maybe 20 lines just to say something that they could say in 2 or 3 lines. So they decorate too much that email, and at the end, they are not expressing the ideas in a clear way. So it is better to be brief and concise. Concise means that you will give the important information summarized. Next one, express clearly why you are writing. In this case, it is like some people start writing, I hope you're doing well. And yesterday I had an amazing day with my family, and we saw different, I don't know, sculptures in a park that we visited. It is interesting to visit those places because they are new in the city. It would be a good idea if you go to that part too, so that you can have a good time with your family. And I want to ask you if you could send me the information about the last meeting because I couldn't be there. So I will be waiting for your answer. Thank you. So, why at the beginning you were giving that information? It's not relevant, or it's not clear your message. Are you suggesting something or asking for something? So you have to be clear on what you are writing. Then don't use abbreviations. Some people say, for example, thanks, and you can write it like THX, and that is correct. That is correct, but only when you are texting messages like WhatsApp messages. informal messages with your friends. There you can use it. But in an email, you will never use contractions. Never. Never use abbreviations like tonight, for example, and you write the number 2. I will type it so that you can see it. Some people do this. I will show you on the screen. Some people do this. And that is tonight, tonight. Yes? And you're going to ask me, not, but that is not correct. Yes, grammatically incorrect, but people send this kind of messages when they are texting on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and this is very common. Yes, it is very common, but it is informal. It's like in Spanish. In Spanish, I guess some people make it even worse because in Spanish, some people do it like this. What does it mean?
I'm at home.
Exactly, it is like I'm at home. So some people do it like this. And is that correct? It is grammatically incorrect, but people use it. Or this one that is very common. When people want to know something and they say por qué, so they do it like this. And you know that is not correct, but some people do it. So same thing happened with abbreviations in English. Some people are going to do it like this, and that is thanks, but it's informal. You can use it with your friends. Or
Teacher, I
yeah,
say in movies that people only write for example, you are, putting you and the letter R.
mm-hmm, exactly.
Yeah, and for you is for, and ye
Letter
only
U.
the Y, and yeah, it's very short in the
Exactly. You're going to see it very common in movies, as you were saying, when people are chatting. And it is informal. For example, you are. The letter U has the same pronunciation like the subject you, and the letter R has the same pronunciation like the verb be, are. So that's why people use it like that, like that. So let's see. If you can guess what I'm texting. What is that?
You are in love.
Exactly. You are in love. And you say, it's not correct. Grammatically incorrect, but when people are chatting, they use this way. Why? Because they are avoiding sending all the message because they spend too much time. So they reduce the time by using abbreviations. So in this case, you are in love. You are in love. And this is what you want to express. You are in love. You, like the subject you, are like the verb be are, in is the preposition, and then love is the same pronunciation like love. So they use it this way. So that is not correct when you send emails. Why not? Because emails are like important. Yes, so you don't have to use those abbreviations. Or in some cases, it all depends on how really formal your email is, and it all depends on um, how who you are addressing to. You're going to have some people that don't use contractions. Like we have formal contractions, And those formal contractions are going to be when you say don't, or when you say doesn't, or when you say didn't. Those contractions are okay because those contractions are used in formal situations. But what happens is that if you're sending an email to a president, they don't accept contractions. You don't have to say, for example, I don't know how to get to your office. I don't know how to get to your office. You cannot say don't. You will say, I do not. I do not know how to get to your office. Or I didn't send you the information before. I did not send you the information before. Yes? So this is when it is super formal, you never use those contractions. Even those contractions are accepted because they are accepted in grammar, they exist in grammar, but in a very formal email, you will never use contractions. In a very formal letter, you will never use contractions. So it all depends on how formal the situation is. Yes? So don't use abbreviations. And the last one, do not use smileys. Do not use smileys. What does it mean? It means that some people send all the email and at the end they say, have a nice day. And they they type a happy face like the one that you're going to see on the screen. Let me check if I can do it. One like this. So, yes, it is like friendly, but in a formal email, you will never send a happy face. Yes? So, those are like suggestions that you have in case that you write an email and that email is formal. So, this is a conversation that
There's
we
also the abbreviation FYI.
come again.
There's also the abbreviation FYI.
Exactly, for your information.
Yeah.
For your information,
Is
exactly. Luis?
yes, we use this abbreviation
Yes,
until mails in Spanish.
exactly. Even for emails in Spanish, people are
Even,
using it,
even.
and I don't understand why. Or the other one, as soon as possible, but that is English, and people are using it in emails in Spanish. So
Yeah, I don't know.
they shouldn't use it because that is English, and some people don't know what it really means. So those abbreviations might be considered acceptable in emails that are not very formal. You can use it, but if they are super formal, you will never use those abbreviations. So let's see over here. It says a conversation between Amanda and Louis. So I'm going to read it for you. Check the pronunciation and take notes about vocabulary that you don't know. It says, do you often send emails? Yes, I do. Is it appropriate to use abbreviations in business emails? No, it's not professional. I see. Could you share more tips to write effective emails? Yeah, sure. Once again, do you often send emails? Yes, I do. Is it appropriate to use abbreviations in business emails? No, it's not professional. I see. Could you share more tips to write effective emails? Yeah, sure. So, any questions about vocabulary or pronunciation?
It's okay to say, could you share me more tips? Or could you share to me more tips?
Uh, Maybe could you share more tips to me, but could you share me? No, because the person is not going to share you, is going to share the tips. I don't know if
Yes.
But it's clear. It's like when some people say explain me, it's not explain me because the person is going to explain something. It's not going to explain you. Explain me is like if I'm telling you to describe me. So share me is like if I'm telling you to to share my person with someone else. So that would be like the idea. So you always say share and then you mention the object. Share that information. Could you share that information with me? That sounds better. But basically you only say, could you share that information, please? Good. Another question? Luis is going to be Luis in the first part of the conversation, and Amanda is going to be Michelle. So 1, 2, go.
Um, do you often send emails?
Yes, I do.
Is it appropriate to use abbreviation in business emails?
No, it's not professional.
I see. Could you share more tips to write effective mails?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Good, 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 good. Next one. Jocelyn is going to be Amanda, and Hazael is going to be Luis.
Do you often send emails?
Yes, I do.
Is it appropriate to use abbreviations in business emails?
No, it's not professional.
I see. Could you share more tips to write effective emails?
Yes, sure.
Good, 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 good. Next one. Jaime is going to be Luis, and Carla is going to be Amanda. One, two, go. Jaime is going to be Luis, and Carla is going to be Amanda. Carla? There she is. Okay, one, two, go.
Do you often send emails?
Yes, I do.
It is appropriate to use abbreviation in business emails?
No, it is not professional.
I see. Could you share more tips to write effective emails?
Yeah, sure.
Good, 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 good. Only one thing. When you say it is, you have a sentence. It is appropriate, affirmation. But if it is a question, you switch the positions. You need to say, is it? Is it appropriate to use abbreviations? Because it is a question. So, is it? Is it appropriate?
Okay.
Good. Next one, Osvaldo is going to be Luis, and Walter is going to be Amanda.
Do you often send emails?
Yes, I do.
Is it appropriate to use abbreviation in business emails?
No, it is not professional.
I see. Could you share more tips to write effective emails?
Yeah, sure.
Good, 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 good. Only when you say the verb is right, not right, you don't pronounce the W. Don't pronounce the W. It is only right. It's similar to your right, left, right. And this The verb is write. It has the same pronunciation. You write a sentence, write an email, write, write, write. Good. Next one, Raul is going to be Luis, and Letty is going to be Amanda.
Do you often send emails?
Yes, I do.
It is appropriate to use abbreviation in the business emails?
No, it is not professional.
I see. Could you share more tips to write effective emails?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Just the same thing. Remember that it is affirmation. Question, is it? Is it appropriate? Yes, because it is a question. Sentence, it is. Question, is it? Next one. And the last one. Osvaldo is going to be Luis, and Rodrigo is going to be, well, Osvaldo, did you participate before?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I did. Did you
Yes, I
participate?
did. Sorry.
Okay,
I
so
participate with Walter.
there is a person missing. Oh, Hector. So Hector and Rodrigo. Hector is going to be Amanda, and Rodrigo is going to be Luis.
Do you often send emails?
Yes, I do.
Is it appropriate to use abbreviations in business emails?
No, it's not professional.
I see. Could you share more tips to write effective emails?
Yeah, sure.
Good, 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 good. And next person is going to be Jordi. Jordi is going to be Luis. And well, everyone has participated, but I need another person to help Luis. So Jocelyn, you're going to be Amanda. Or hold on, Jocelyn. Candy is entering.
Okay.
Candy is entering, so she will do it with Luis. Good morning, Candy.
Good morning.
Candy, there is a conversation on the screen. You're going to be Amanda, and Jordi is going to be Luis.
Okay. Do you often send emails?
Yes, I do.
It is appropriate to use abbreviations in business emails.
No, it is not professional.
I see. Could you share more tips to write effective emails?
Yeah, sure.
Good, 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 good. Only the part that it says, is it, because it is a question. Is it appropriate? Is it appropriate? It's a question. Sentence, it is. But in a question, is it?
Is
Yes?
it?
Good. Now I'm going to play a video for you. And on this video, you're going to have some tips. Probably there are more tips, not only the ones that you have here in the list, but there are other tips that you can follow when you are writing an email. So I'm going to play it for you. Pay attention to it, and then we are going to check those tips that you could identify on the video.
Writing an email. Opening. Hi, Samuel.
Okay. When it says opening, it means the beginning of the email. And if you remember, we were saying that we have formal and informal emails. So we are going to have both things over here. We are going to have informal opening and formal opening. So check the expressions.
My dear father. Dear Alex. Hello, Michael. Dear Mr., Mrs., or Ms. How are you? How's life treating you? How's life? How are things? Any news? Anything strange? What are you up to these days?
All right. So those are the ways that you have to start an email or to open an email. The beginning of the email can be with these expressions, but here you have formal and informal openings. For example, if I say, "Hi, Samuel," is that formal or informal?
Informal.
Exactly, it is informal. Similar to, "Hello, Michael," that is informal. Not for hello, but because you're not greeting. You're not having a formal greeting. Yes, a formal greeting is "Dear Mr. Cáceres" or "Dear Ms. Ramos," "Dear Mrs. Rodriguez." So it all depends on the person because Mr. is for a man. Married or not married, you say Mr. Mrs. is for a person that is married. Who is married here? Elizabeth? Married? Are you married? No. Elizabeth, edit your name. Carla, are you married?
No.
No. Jocelyn, are you married?
No.
No. Candy, are you married?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I
No,
am.
I do. I
No,
am.
yes, I am. Okay. So Candy is married. So what is your husband's last name?
Moreno.
Moreno. Okay, so you see Candy, but you know that Candy is married. You know that she's married. So you're going to say, "Dear Mrs.
Miss.
Moreno." Mrs. Moreno. And what is Mrs.? Mrs. is the second one because the first one is Mr. for a boy. Married or not married, you say Mr. For a man. But for a woman, when the woman is married, you're going to use MRS, and that is Mrs. And you mentioned the last name of her husband. So you're going to say, in the case of Candy, Candy is Villacorta, but she's married to a man, and his last name is Moreno. So you're going to say Mrs. Moreno. So Mrs. is la señora de. So Mrs. Moreno. Good. Now imagine that you see Michelle. Michelle, are you married? Is Michelle here? No, she left. Okay, another person. Letty, are you married?
Yes, I am.
Good. So in the case of Letty, you know that she's married, so same thing. You're going to use the last name of her husband. What is your husband's last name?
Rodriguez.
Okay, so she is Mrs. Rodriguez. Mrs. Rodriguez. But if it is a man, Jordi, are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so Jordi is married, but I'm going to use Mr. Mr. no matter if he's married or not. So in other words, you never know if a man is married or not because you only say Mr. But you can identify if a woman is married. Why? Because you say Miss, you say Mrs. or you say Miss. But let's see another person, another girl. Michelle, Michelle is there. Michelle, are you married?
No, teacher, I'm not.
Okay, let's see, or let's imagine that you see Michelle on the street. Are you going to tell her Mrs.?
No.
No, exactly. You cannot tell her Mrs. because you don't know if Michelle is married.
We
So,
must use Miss.
exactly, you're going to use Miss because you don't know if she's married. Yes? So, this is the way that you use those titles. Those are titles, títulos. Yes? So, when you say, Dear Mr. Rodriguez or Dear Mr. Castro, that is very formal. Or Dear Mrs. Moreno, that is formal. Or Dear Miss Valiente, so that is formal too. Yes? Then, how are you? How are you? That is formal. But if you say, how's life treating you? How's life treating you? ¿Cómo te está tratando la vida? So that is informal. You cannot use it in an email. Yes? Maybe in an informal email, but not in a formal email. Yes? How's life? It's similar to say, how's life treating you? It's the same, how's life? And you say, good, not bad, and like that. How are things? Informal. Same thing. Any news? Any news? Informal. Anything strange? Informal. What are you up to these days? What are you up to these days? Informal. Yes? What are you up to these days is like, ¿en qué andas estos días? So those are like
Expressing
most of them
thanks.
informal. Now, how to express that you are thankful for something. You have to say thank you. So here you have different ways to do it.
Thanks a million for. Thanks a lot for. Cheers for. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so
Giving.
those are the ways to express thanks or to say thank you. Thanks a million for, it could be considered like informal, let's say. Thanks a lot for, we can say that it's acceptable, formal or informal. It's okay, you can use them. Cheers for. Cheers for, mm, it's a little bit informal, a little bit informal for the reason that you're saying cheers, because when you say cheers, it's more because you're going to toast, but it is a little bit informal. And the last one, I really appreciate it. That is super, super formal. So I really appreciate it is something that you can say instead of saying thank you. Thank you. So you only say I really appreciate it or I appreciate it. Then the next part,
News.
giving news. So when you give news or when you are giving information, this is what you can use.
Guess what? I've got some good news, my friend. Great news, Mary. Unfortunately, I've got bad news. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Bad news, Mary.
Okay, so those are the ways that you have when you want to give news or when you want to give information to someone. So if you say, guess what? I have bought a car. Is that formal or informal, Hector?
Informal.
Exactly, it is informal. Why? Because when you say, guess what? It's like, adivina qué? Adivina qué? Me compré un carro. Guess what? I bought a car. So that is informal. Next one. I've got some good news, my friend. I've got some good news, my friend. Jaime, is that formal or informal?
I have a doubt. I think that is a formal,
You think that it's
but
formal?
but for the contraction is informal to me.
Exactly. You have contraction, you can consider like informal. Probably if you say, I have some good news, could be the correct way to say it without using contractions, only I have some good news. And eliminating my friend, because if you say my friend, that is not formal. Yes? Next one. Rodrigo, if you say great news, Mary, is that formal or informal?
Use great news, Mary, is formal.
Exactly, it is formal. Great news. Next one, Hazael. Unfortunately, I've got bad news. Is that formal or informal?
Informal.
Yes, for the contraction.
La contraction.
If you want to do it formal, you would say, unfortunately, I have bad news for you. Next one, Letty. I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Formal?
Desperation is very formal. Desperation is very
Mhm.
formal, but you have a contraction.
Oh, okay.
So maybe if you say I am afraid, I have some bad news, becomes very formal. Yes? But you're right. The idea or the expression is very
Mhm.
formal, very formal. Good. And the last one,
Okay.
let's see. Candy. Bad news, Mary. Is that formal or informal?
Informal.
Exactly, it is informal. Because if you only say, hey, bad news, Hazael, maybe with a little introduction, the person will feel better. But if you only say bad news, it's hard. So, next part, the way that you close your email.
Closing. Well, that's all for now. I'd better get back to work here. I must go. Looking forward to. Take care. All the best. All my love.
Okay, so we have the first one. Well, that's all for now. Is that formal or informal, Luis?
Very formal.
It's
No,
very,
very formal, no, but
it,
it's very
it's
formal.
formal. Yes, it's
It's
formal.
formal.
Yes, you say, well, that's all for now. Thank you for the information you sent me, and I hope to see you in the next meeting. Yes, and like that. Then, next expression, Walter. I'd better get back to work here.
Informal for the contraction.
Exactly, you have contraction, so it is informal. Next one, Jordi, I must go.
It's informal.
Informal.
Yes,
Why?
because it's a very short and the translate is debo ir. Debo irme.
Exactly. Probably you need to add more information because if you only say I must go, it sounds like if you're let's say stopping the conversation, or if you're stopping some idea that you want to transmit because you're busy. So maybe you have to use other words to express that idea. And if you only say I must go, it sounds more like if you are sending a text. Hey, I must go, bye. And you say bye. But it is an informal closing because you're not like being formal. Next one, Elizabeth, looking forward to.
Formal.
It can be formal, but you need to use the subject. I'm, or I am, in that case, I am looking forward to seeing you soon. That is formal. But in this case, you only have looking forward to, you don't have a subject. So it is informal in this type of writing, but formal if you say I am looking forward to seeing you soon. In that case, it's super formal, so only use the subject at the beginning. Good. Next one, Osvaldo, take care.
It is informal.
It is informal. How would you say it in a formal way?
Mm, I don't know.
This one is formal. You can say take care, and it's not extremely formal, but it's formal because you have other ways to say take care. For example, you can say be safe. Be safe is one way to say take care. Take it easy is another way to say take care. But take it easy in that context, because in another context, take it easy is going to be when someone is trying to fight with you. You can say, hey, take it easy. So that is a different context. But when you say goodbye and you say take it easy, that is informal. That is very, very informal. And some people use it. So take care in this case is considered like formal, in a formal way. Next one. Let's see. Carlos, if you say all the best, is that formal
Formal.
or informal? Exactly. Exactly. It is formal. Good. And the last one, Raul, all my love.
I think is a formal way.
But it all depends on the person that you are sending the message to. Because if it is for your supervisor and you say all my love, probably no. But if it is your girlfriend and you say all my love, Raul, that will be really, really formal. Yes? So it all depends on the context. Good. So this is the way that you write an
I
effective
have a
email.
question here. Regards, regards.
Best regards. That is another expression that we are going to check right now. And that is very, very
Okay.
formal. Good. Good, good, good. So we are going to check other expressions that you can use, and this is what we got over here. So these are the steps for you to write an effective email. And it says, first, number one, fill in the subject line, as you can see over here in the two boxes that you have over here, number one and number two. It says fill in the subject line with a topic that is relevant to your recipient and not just document or important. This is what we studied before. We were saying that in the case of subject, you cannot say only document. You can say documents about the next presentation. That is clear. But if you only say document, what kind of document? If you say important, everything is important. So you need to fill in the subject line with a relevant topic. It means a topic that is clear. Number two, include a polite salutation. For example, dear Mr. Castro, dear Miss Valiente, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and like that. So those are the expressions that you can use when you are introducing an email. Let me see, Jordi. No problem, Jordi. I see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. So then we have number 3. It says, write your main point in the opening sentence. So you have to describe the importance of the email at the beginning of the email, not at the end. Next one, number 4. Don't use all capital. You don't have to use all capital letters like mayúsculas. All the text in capital letter, never. The capital letter is only when you have a period, next word starts with a capital letter, or the first letter in a proper name. And same thing is going to be with case letters. Case letters or small letters. Small letters are minúsculas, so you will never use case letters or small letters in all the text. That is impossible to. Yes. Next one, avoid abbreviations. For example, please, PLZ, please. So that abbreviation is informal, similar to the other one that I sent you before, tonight, or for you, are you, and those things are not like formal, so they are avoided. They need to be avoided in formal emails. Number 6, be polite. Be polite means that you need to be educated. You need to be polite. Remember to write please and thank you. If you need a favor, say please. If you received a favor, say thank you. So those words are going to be really important when you're writing an email. Then be brief. Try to be concise. Summarize the information that you want to express. Don't write like 6 paragraphs just to express an idea. So try to be brief. If your message is too long, consider using an attachment. If you consider that the explanation has to be too long, it's better if you use an attachment. Attachment, remember, that can be a document, a picture, a PowerPoint presentation, so any kind of things that you can add so that the person can understand it better instead of sending all the email with a lot of information. Number 8, you can use a closing phrase like best regards, looking forward to your comments, etc. Yes? So those expressions can be also used in the at the end of the email. And remember that you can also use, in the case of looking forward to, I'm looking forward to, can be even more formal. Then number 9, add a signature block with appropriate contact information, your name, business address, and phone number. If you have seen in some emails, in the bottom side of the email, it has contact information. It says Speak Academy 211-2727. Escalon Tismania, San Salvador. So that is a signature block. Yes, a signature block. It's a little part that you have after the email where you have your contact information. It has your name, the business address, and the phone number. And the last one, edit and proofread before you send the message. It means you finish the email, but you don't have to give, or you don't have to click on send immediately. You need to go back to the beginning of the email and you have to read again and verify that everything is clear, that you don't have mistakes, and then click on send. Yes, so those are the steps. Now, next part. Here you have two emails. You have to tell me if the email is formal or informal. So the first person in email number 1 is going to be Elizabeth, and Candy is going to tell us if it is formal or informal. So Elizabeth, can you read the email, please? Including everything. Send to, you read the email, subject, and you read the subject, and like that.
Okay. Send to Peter, uh, how do you say arroba? At mail.com. CC, is it blank?
Exactly.
Subject.
Just remember for sorry, Elizabeth.
Okay.
In that case, the CC is like a copy for someone else, and like that, so you can add a person over there. Continue.
Okay. Subject, Saturday. Remember, we have to prepare everything for the event. Please don't forget the things. See you.
Good. Even to make it, no, I will tell you later. Let's see, Candy, is that formal or informal?
Is informal.
Why, Candy?
See you is contraction and it's not formal for me. And Saturday, the subject too is informal too.
Good.
I
To
don't
hear.
know. All the the email is informal.
Good. Starting with the subject, Saturday is like, okay, what happened with Saturday? Then when you're saying see you in contraction, even you can make it more informal, and this is what I wanted to say. You can make it more informal and you only write the letter C and the letter U, see you. But this is informal. Now, email number 2. Jaime is going to read it, and Letty is going to tell us if it is formal or informal.
Okay. Send to Robert one at mail.com. CC to Osvaldo Cases. Subject, tomorrow's meeting. Robert, remember that tomorrow we are having a meeting with IT. Excuse me, IT. Don't forget the document.
Is that formal or informal, Letty?
It's formal. I think it's formal because don't have a contraction, and the context is with formal words, I think, and I don't know. I think it's formal.
Okay, good. It is formal, but it's not very formal. Yes, it is formal, but it's not very formal. And it has one mistake. At the end, it says, don't forget. But don't is not like that. It's not D-O-N. It has to be
With T.
D-O-N apostrophe and T. Don't
Yeah.
forget the documents. Or do not forget the documents. Yes? So that is going to
Okay.
be It's a little bit more formal than the first one, but
Okay.
obviously you can have you can make it even more formal. So let's see, Osvaldo, how would you make the email number two more formal? Because it is formal, yes, in some way it is formal, but how would you make it even more formal? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. What happened to Osvaldo? Osvaldo?
Sorry, teacher, I have problem with my internet, and I didn't hear to you.
Oh, okay. So I was saying that this email, the second email, is formal. Yes. So how would you make it even more formal? Because it is formal, yes. But how would you make it even more formal?
Okay, I guess we have to add a closing sentence.
Good.
For example, best regards.
Mhm. Good. That is a good point. You need to
Teacher,
you need to add the closing sentence. Best regards. Looking forward to your answer and like that. Who wanted to give opinion?
teacher, me.
Yes.
I think that include the opening
Exactly.
phrase. For example, the formal salutation.
Good. So you're missing a formal salutation too because it only says Robert. So maybe more formal, dear Robert. Remember that tomorrow we are having a meeting with IT department. Don't forget the documents. Best regards, Carlos. Yes? So that is going to be a little bit more formal. Yes? So now it's time for you to write an email. So you're going to work in pairs and you're going to write a formal email. Obviously, the ones that you have over there are pretty short, but maybe you can add more information. Not a long email, but a normal email, a normal email. So you're going to work in pairs. Oh, Michelle is in an appointment with the doctor. No problem, Michelle. Okay, so you're going to work in pairs and you're going to write that email. How are you going to do it? You have to do it by having a formal structure. It means that you need to include a formal salutation, then the body, and at the end, you close the email by using one of the expressions that we have already studied. So I guess you're going to work in person. There will be one person that is going to work with me. No, you are exactly 3, 6, 9. No, there will be one of you working with me.
14.
No, there are 13 because Michelle had an appointment with the doctor.
Okay.
So Carlos is going to work with Hector. Jocelyn is going to work with Candy. Jaime is going to work with Hazael. Letty is going to work with Luis. Elizabeth is going to work with Walter. See. Osvaldo is going to work with Rodrigo, and Raul is going to work with me. So you have to write the email. You have exactly 10 minutes to write that email. And after those 10 minutes, you have to divide the email into parts because you're going to read it for your classmates. And we are going to see if you follow exactly the structure for a formal email. Yes? So you decide the topic, maybe about a meeting, maybe about a training, maybe about a conference, maybe about a new product that you received, whatever you want to add. Yes? So any questions before going to the meeting? No? All right, so enter, guys, enter. All right, Raul. So you have to write a formal email. Yes?
Yeah.
So you have
Okay.
the structure over there. You need to add to, and the email. That is another thing that I forgot to tell them, but I will tell them right
Okay. Okay. I am thinking a write email related to provide more information, more documentation about ¿cómo se dice? Cualquier tema,
now. Any topics?
any topic. In the subject, I'm going to write provide complementary documentation.
That would be the topic.
Yeah, this is a subject on the email.
Mhm.
Eh,
Provide, can you repeat it? Provide.
complementary documentation.
Okay.
In the opening email, the opening, dear one,
Dear.
dear one, and let me see. Let me share my screen. To subject. Dear one, I checked that documentation you sent me in the last email.
Yes.
But some documentation are not included in the attached. One, I check the documentation you sent me in the last email, but some documentation are not in the attached sheet. Please check. Um, Check. Is correct. Just review.
Check.
I just check in this. I want not just check again.
Mhm.
Synonyms to check.
You can say review in that case, but what else do you want to add? Please review what?
All documentation in order to um, in order to find the document is not included. Okay.
Oh, you
Please
can,
review.
or you can say, please make sure that all documents are included.
Please make sure all documents
All documents.
Oh, yeah. Included. And please make sure all documents are included and send it.
No, and send them to me again.
And send them
Mhm.
with M.
Yes, with M.
Okay. Send them to me again.
Mhm.
Okay. How do you say no omito mencionar in English?
Come again.
If I want to say no omito mencionar, I want to say this information or this documentation is so important to me or to me. I want to say no omito mencionar that information is so important.
Maybe no meeting, not omitting that this information is really important.
Is
No omitting, not omitting, not with T, and then omitting.
meeting is
With ing, not omitting. That this information is important.
meeting. What is here or here? Meeting
The T, the letter T.
that
Mhm.
that this information is important.
Important with T.
Let me see. Provide complementary information. I check that the documentation you sent me in the last email, but some documentation are not included in the attached receipt. Please make sure all documents are included and send them to me again. Admitting that this information is important to the process that we are signing.
Just one thing. In that case, it is this information is important for the process that we are designing.
Okay. For the process that we are designing. The closing is enough 2 lines?
It is,
Or
in my opinion, it is okay. It is
yeah.
okay. It is very, very concise. You're
Okay.
expressing what you really need.
Yeah. Okay. To say we should include contact information. My email. Oh, via email.
You can also add probably your position. And the address.
Okay. This is abbreviation in English, strip.
Yes. But that is Tuscania.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that was my question, if it was Tuscania.
Where is Tuscania?
No, you didn't have the letter A in Tuscania, but you
Ah,
did.
okay, 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 okay. Tuscania Street.
In that case, Tuscania Street without comma. After the T, you write the period. Period.
Yeah, but Tuscania is a place, no a strip. The strip is Carretera La Libertad.
Oh, in that case, just write the proper name. It's just a proper name. Carretera La Libertad.
Ah, okay.
Because carretera is road.
Mm.
But it is a proper name, so you can leave it like that.
Mm. Okay. How many months is this course with you?
I don't know with me, but sometimes they change teachers like every 2 months or every 3 months.
Yeah.
So I guess that is like the average that I'm going to be with you, like 2 or 3 months.
And how many levels have the Principiantes?
They are.
We are in three.
You're in Principiante 3, so that is like beginners 3. It has 6 levels,
Yeah,
or 6
okay.
modules. So you are in the middle
Yes.
before getting to intermediate.
Yeah.
Good.
And the level 3 is how many months is the, how do you say, duración? Oh, oh.
The
¿Cuál es la?
duration in your case for this level is like 40 hours.
40 hours.
In other words, for you is 4 weeks. In your case, 4 weeks. So
Yeah.
you will
After.
finish.
Mm-hmm.
You will finish next week.
Yeah. After that, we move to the beginner's form.
Exactly.
Okay, it's so hard. It's too muchas horas, bastantes horas,
Too many hours.
too many hours. It's
Yes.
very nice. It's very nice. At the beginning of the course, for me, was so hard to wake up at morning, but con el tiempo,
With the
I
time,
am
you get used to that.
yes,
Yes. Same thing happened to me when I used to go to speak, but to the academy to
Mhm.
work there. And I had classes at 6 a.m., but at speak. So I had to move from my house to speak, and the traffic jam at 5 a.m. was super heavy.
yes,
So super heavy. Sometimes I prefer to wake up at 4 a.m. and leave probably at 4:45, so that I was at speak probably at 5:15 minutes, and I just rested a couple of minutes and then I
hmm
started class, because
yeah,
if I left at 5 or 5:20, it was impossible to be at 6 a.m. over there. There was always around Metro Centro, the traffic jam super heavy, or
yes,
accidents, any kind of thing. So it was super heavy. But now that I'm here, I have more time. I wake up, I can eat an apple before my class. So
yes. I think
yeah,
work for home is better than to move to the office. We avoid the traffic, like you say.
yes,
It's better. We save money, we save time. Uh, it's, that you say is true. The last year I was studying English, and the class started at 6 p.m. Uh, every classes I attend too late because the traffic. I moved from. I live in Ilopango. The traffic in Boulevard Los Ejércitos is so heavy too. Uh, for me, work for home is great because I save money. I save. How do you say stress? Evito stress.
stress. I avoid the stress.
I avoid stress. It's,
Yes, it's true. It's true. I had students coming from Soyapango, and they said that they have to leave at 4 a.m. So
yeah.
it was heavy, heavy, heavy.
Yes.
Good. All right. So you're going to read the email. Can you read it for me?
Yeah. To john at mail.com, not copy. What means CC?
Like there is another person who will receive it.
Yes, but what is the translation? C and the,
I just know that it's copy.
yeah, okay, no problem. Subject, provide complementary information. Dear John, I checked the documentation you sent me in the last email, but some documentation are not
Included.
included in the attached zip. Please
Attached.
attach zip. Please make sure all documents are included and send them to me again. Now, admitting that this information is important for the process that we are signing. Best regards. Reynosa, Reynosa at sbtaptigo.com, 79 out A 22, edificio Tigo Tuscana, carretera de la Libertad.
Good. Good, 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 good. So we are going to go back to main session, and there you will read your email to your classmates.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. All right, guys. So now let's hear some of your emails. Brian is connecting right now. All right, so let's see. Elizabeth, who do you work with?
I work with Walter.
Walter. Okay, so we are going to listen to Elizabeth and Walter reading their email. Just remember that you need to give all the information, including email address. If you have a copy over there, you give the email address to the subject and all the information, introduction of the email, the body, and the closing of the email. And if you have the contact information that is at the end of the email, you can also say it. And I don't know if you typed the email, maybe you can project it on the screen so that we can see it too.
Okay. To Elizabeth Castro at mail.com. CC Jaime Molina at gmail.com. Subject, afternoon's meeting. Dear Elizabeth, I hope you are well. The reason of this email is for request more information about the process.
I would like to know if you have time to schedule a meeting with you today in the afternoon. Best regard, Walter Sanchez, Tigo El Salvador, phone 78035077. That's all.
Good. So let's give it up for them. Good job. Next one. Let's see, Luis, who was your partner?
Letty.
All right, so Luis and Letty. Same thing, you have to read all the information, like the introduction with your email address, the copy, and subject, body of the email, and the contact information. And if you can project it, good. If you can project it, do it so that we can see how you did it.
Sorry, I have a problem with this. All right.
Good. So we can see it right now.
Okay, it's for you, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, to Juan Ramirez at speak.com. Subject excuse. Third teacher Juan. How are you? Luis, if you want, read the next to the email.
I want to explain you my excuse to I want to explain you my excuse for I missed the last exam because at the same time I had a meeting with the regional team.
My boss sent me this meeting at the last time without previous notice. Best regards. Leticia. I can hear you, teacher.
Sorry, probably you were just missing the contact information at the end of the email. Yes, the contact information.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Good. So let's give it up for them. Well, I know that some people had a meeting, so that's why they left. For example, Elizabeth, Michelle had an appointment and like that. So if you don't have a partner to read the email, you would read it by your own. So next person, Jaime.
Okay. And Hazael. Hazael. Yeah.
Okay.
Hazael, could you share the email, please? Okay, thank you. I'm read at the value of the email. Please read the title, Hazael.
The subject is training about Oracle.
I read it. Send to who?
Send for me, Asael Alfaro.
And the email?
The email.
Yes, in that section you write your email address.
Asael, Asael.alfaro arroba millicom.com.
Arroba is at. En punto is .com.
.com.
Can you repeat it?
Asael.alfaro@millicom.com.
Perfect.
Sí.
Sí. Es J Molina at sp.tigo.com.
Good.
The subject training about Oracle.
Good. Okay. Dear Hazael, I hope that you are very good. The reason for this email is to remember you about the Oracle's training. Please prepare the material in PowerPoint presentation to this topic. Do not forget to the hotel reservation and attendance list. Well, that is all for now. Jaime Rivas, trainer. The contact is 503-7890-4723. Thanks.
Okay, good. Let's give it up for them. Only one thing. It's not remember you. Because remember you es como si yo le dijera que yo me acuerdo de usted. Pero si yo le quiero decir que yo quiero que usted se recuerde, ahí voy a ocupar remind. Yes?
Okay.
So this email is to remind you about the Oracle's training. To remind you. Good. Let's see. Next group is Jocelyn. Who's your partner?
Candy.
All right. So Jocelyn and Candy. 1, 2, go.
Okay. Candy start. Candy.
Sorry, I talk in mute. Okay. 2K Villacorta at sb@tigo.com. And the subject Wi-Fi meeting. Dear all, I hope you are very well in this new reality. If you are reading this email, is if because I have a lot of friends in different parts of the world that work with different companies, and I appreciate you all. For that reason, I want to create this space for talk and learn about the new trend about Wi-Fi and technologies. We want to learn and have fun in the process.
Okay. This is the plan and it's very simple. 1, I create a meeting in Zoom on Friday at 3 p.m. 2, we're going to talk to breaking ice. 3, the first session of problems that we have in our countries about the topic. 4, we're going to talk about the topic of the week. And it is all. If you can, I'm waiting for you. Best regard, Jocelyn Ramos. And the number is 79003956.
Good. So that is the contact information, exactly like that you're going to see it in some emails. Good. Only little things. For example, when you say we going to, it has to be we are going to. And
Okay.
I waiting for you, it is I am waiting for you. Or in the future, I will be waiting for you. And
Okay.
the last one is where you says this space for talk. For talk is to talk. If you want to say para, is to. So you say to talk. But this is exactly the way that you have to write an email. Good job. So let's give it up for them. Good. Next one, Hector, who's your partner?
I'm working with Carlos.
All right, so Carlos and Hector, you can start right now.
Okay, we do the email together, but Hector write it and I got to say it. So the email is from jamesno at sv.tigo.com to Juan Lima at speak.com.sv. Subject, new product meeting. Dear Mr. Lima, I hope you are good with your job. I want to ask you for a meeting to talk about our new product, iPhone XYZ. I know that this could help you on your business. I expect to meet you with you next week. Please let me know your ability on your schedule. Best regards. Jon Snow, account manager in the north side. The number is 2222-3333.
Good. And Hector?
That I say at the beginning, we do together the email, but I speak it or I write it. No, I read it and Hector write it.
Okay, no problem. Good. So that email is good. It's really good. Yes, it's good. Good. Okay, so thank you. Good job. Next one, Osvaldo. Who's your partner?
My partner is Rodrigo Alfaro.
Okay, so Rodrigo and Osvaldo. 1, 2, go.
Okay. To business intelligent at mail.com. Subject sales report. Dear Mr. Roberto.
We really appreciate the report that you sent to us. We would like to have a meeting with you tomorrow at 8 a.m. to discuss future reports. Best regards, Rodrigo Alfaro, Sales Manager, Campus Tigo La Libertad, telephone number 2207-4000.
Good. Only the pronunciation it is discuss,
Discuss.
but it is different. It's CUSS. SS, discuss.
Yeah.
But good. So let's give it up for them. Good job. Good. So who's missing? Let's see, Raul. So Raul didn't have a partner. He had to work with me. So he's going to read that email for you. Oh, by the way, uh, when you see the emails, it has CC. So Raul was asking me about the meaning of CC, but in reality, when we have an email, we only say copy to. We only say copy two, but it has a name that is carbon copy, if I don't make a mistake, right, Raul? Raul?
Yes, yes, it's a carbon copy.
So carbon copy, I don't know why carbon copy, but we only say copy two, and that's it. But in case you wanted to know the CC meaning, as Raul was saying, is carbon copy. Good, thank you, Raul. So now you can read it.
Okay, the email is to Juan at mail.com. Carbon copy is in blank, and the subject is provide complementary information. Dear Juan, I checked the documentation you sent me in the last email, but some documentation are not included in the attached zip. Please make sure all documents are included and send them to me again. No omitting that this information is important for the process that we are designing. This regards, Raul Reynosa, Logical Security Officer, email reynosa@isbit.tigo.com, phone number, bla, 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 adresa, edificio Tío Tuscania, Cartera de la Libertad. Thank you.
Okay, good job. So let's give it up for them. Okay, so Brian is saying that meanwhile you were presenting, he did the activity and he would like to participate. So Brian, of course you can. So you can show us what you did.
Okay, thank you. I will share you the screen. Okay, this mail will be redacted. I will send it to my boss and to Rafael Garcia. The email is rgarcia@sb.tigo.com. The subject is analysis for the week 42, and the body of the email is, hi Rafa, I'm sending you the report of the performance of the CR operation for the week 42. Attached, you will find the top performers for the agents with the quarterly trend. By the way, we are reached all the goals and I am happy with the effort of all the team. If you have some question, please ask me for it. Best regards, Brian Vialta, Customer Operations Coaching Specialist. And my cell phone is 7873-2613.
Good, 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 good. Only one thing that you said, we are reached our goals, I guess you said. So it has to be we are reaching right now our goals, or we reached in the past our goals. But
Oh
it's
yeah, no, it's we are reaching because the year is not finished yet.
exactly. So good job, Brian. Good job.
Thank you.
So as you can see, Brian did it in some minutes. So now that you have to send an email, you know the structure, you know how to do it. Yes? Now, just before we finish the class, because I need to tell you this so that it is clear and nobody has any doubts about the presentation. When I told you last time that we would have a presentation, and that was um, like the second evaluation that we will have related to oral activities, and that is going to be on Friday. So what are you going to do? The only thing that you have to do is to tell a story, experience, something that happened to you one day in the past. So you will give all details about that situation, and at the end, that situation has a consequence in the present. So I was giving you some examples last time, like when I told you that an example about a car. I was going to San Salvador volcano with my family. I always add water to my car, but that day I forgot. So I started driving when suddenly, before arriving to the volcano, the car started throwing smoke and it was really hot. I add water and I had to wait for some minutes, but it didn't work. So I called the mechanic. He tried to help me to start my car again. It worked, so I could get to the volcano. Once I got to the volcano, because of the weather, because it was cool, the car worked properly. But when I was returning to my house in the middle of the street, the car had the same problem again. I called the mechanic and he told me that he will go to the street and help me fix a problem. He arrived, he helped me to fix the car, but when I got to my house, the same problem happened again. So now I don't have a car to move from one place to another one, and that is my problem. So I'm just inventing right now. Obviously, you know what happened to you so that you can describe more details about the situation, but this is just an idea. And after you describe all the problem, obviously, when you're describing the problem, most of the information that you will transmit is in the simple past, most of the information. But if you want to add some information in another tense, you can do it. Like, for example, in my case, I said, I always add water so that is present. But it is going to be like one or two sentences in the present, no problem. But most of the information has to be in simple past because you are describing what happened one day to you in the past. So it has to be in the past. And as I was saying, it is going to be for 3 minutes. So try to give as much information as possible. So in my case, for example, I was trying to summarize the information, but if I wanted to give more details, I can say, it was last year in December. I had vacation, so I decided to go to the volcano with my family. It was a normal day. It was really sunny, so we decided to go to the volcano. I was going to the volcano and I was driving. I always put some water to my car before leaving my house. But on that day, I was so excited to go to the volcano that I forgot. So now I'm giving more information. At the beginning, I told you I was going to the volcano. I always add water to my car, but I forgot. And I said it probably in 20 seconds. But now that I'm giving more information, more details, I spend like 40 seconds. So it is like the double of time that you use when you are giving more details. So I suggest that you give more details so that you can give your information in 3 minutes. Now, what will happen after those 3 minutes? Obviously, at the end of the story, you will say what consequence that situation has in the present. And when you finish with your presentation, your classmates are going to give you suggestions. So they are going to say, oh, you should buy another car, or you should go to the mechanic so that he can fix your car immediately, or you should rent a car. You shouldn't forget to add water to your car. Yes? So your classmates will give you suggestions, and those suggestions are going to be using should and shouldn't. That was the topic that we had on Monday. Yes? So this is exactly what the evaluation is going to be about. Now, I know that probably you will forget all the information, but I don't want that you read. You don't have to read. You need to use a PowerPoint presentation. And in that PowerPoint presentation, you're going to include pictures. Those pictures are going to be in order. Maybe you can have 20 pictures, 30 pictures, or 40 pictures as you prefer. Those pictures are going to help you to remember what you have to say. For example, you see the first picture, oh, it was in December. Maybe a calendar with the month over there, December. Oh, this situation happened to me last year in December. And the first picture, December. Next picture. It was a normal day. It was sunny, and the sun over there in the picture was sunny. So I decided to go to the volcano with my family. Then next picture. I was driving my car, and a picture of a person driving a car. It's not necessary about me, but pictures that you can find on Google. So any questions about it, guys? It's on Friday, by the way. It's on Friday.
I have a question in this week. I don't remember if you asked for us for homework or for foro evaluado.
Foro evaluado.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Yes, I did it for week number 2 because if you remember, the activities are basically at the end of the week. In this week, the foro evaluado is for Friday, so you can do it on Friday afternoon, and it is in week
Okay.
number 3. The exercises, you have Saturday and Sunday to complete them. Yes?
Okay.
Good. And by the way, thank you, Luis, because you remind me about people that are missing exercises in week number 2. And I will tell you this in Spanish.
I'm sorry for them.
Todos tienen que haber entregado el foro evaluado de la semana 1, de la semana 2. Todos tienen que haber entregado los ejercicios de la semana 1 y la semana 2. Porque si ustedes no lo entregan, no les aparece nota. Bueno, ayer en la noche creo que fue Raúl quien me dijo que lo había completado, entonces antes que se termine esta semana, eso ya tiene que estar completado, porque si ya ingresaron al sistema, ahí pueden ver sus notas de las actividades que ya entregaron, ¿verdad? Los que no han entregado, entonces no les aparece nota. Y si no lo han visto, igual pueden ir a la semana 1, ahí aparece una carpeta que dice notas, acceden allí y pueden ver las notas de todos. Entonces trabajen en eso ahora si pueden para que yo les pueda evaluar y así tengan su nota. Now, more questions about the presentation? No? No.
Question.
No question.
Yes?
No.
About the consequences of the problem.
Exactly.
How it is going to be explained.
So you would say now, for example, in my case, I told you now I don't have a car to go to work. So that is my problem now in the present. Yes? Or in your case, maybe you had an accident, so you would say, now when I walk and when it is cold, my knee hurts a lot. Yes? Or I have a pain in my knee. So you tell what the problem is right now or the consequence that you have right now. Yes? All right. So now the attendance. First person, Isaac Aguillon. He's not here. Hazael Alfaro.
Present.
Rodrigo Alfaro.
Present.
Carlos Asensio.
Present.
Osvaldo. Osvaldo Cáceres is there.
Present.
Elizabeth. Well, she's there. Jordi was there. Nathalie has a meeting. Rene was not in class. Luz was not in class today. Luis.
Present.
Letty is there. Jocelyn.
Present.
Good.
Present.
Good, Letty. Raúl is over there. Jaime.
Present.
Present.
Carla was there. Hector.
Present.
Walter.
Present.
Michelle is there.
Present.
Candy is there.
Present.
Brian is there.
Present.
Okay, so that's all for now, guys. Thank you for being there. I see you all tomorrow and have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
See you.